Here's just a real brief little look around Google Arts and Culture, which is what you will be using to find your outside source photographs for our first project. So you'll just enter Google Arts and Culture, and it will be the first option. And this is through Google, so a lot of this should be pretty like intuitive, self-explanatory, but I just wanted to show you a couple things. So on the first part of our rubric, the creativity part, a 3 is to just find and take pictures that show the elements, and a 4 actually has you adhering to some sort of theme or like cohesive idea for your images. And so that takes a couple of different forms. You might focus on a color or a topic or a subject or a time period or portraits. So in order to find specific things, just like most other Google things, you can click the magnifying glass. So say I want to do a collection about dogs. I can just type in dog, and we'll see topic, other, there's a bunch of items. We have 4 collections. I'm scrolling down, there's a bunch of stories. So these would be like, the thing about stories is these are a little harder to get the pictures from. So I like to scroll down to the items, and there's 18,003 items tagged as dog. The only thing about this, if you're just, searching here, is that I really want to make sure that you're finding photographs, not paintings, drawings, etc. So if you're doing this, I want you to feel comfortable that you know the difference between like a photograph and a painting. So like this definitely has a dog on it. This is definitely not a photograph. So please make sure if you're doing that, as far as like the search, that you are selecting photographs, not paintings and drawings, because it's a photography project. Oh, there's a photograph of a dog. Hello. As you're looking through, you may want to just like explore on here. I know I really like to do that and just sort of thumb through stuff. If you find pictures that you think you're going to be interested in using, you can always press this little heart down here. That's going to be favorites. And then you can always go to your after you've scrolled through stuff and chosen a bunch of things, you can always look into your favorites and find those there. So you don't have to like go back and you don't have to go back and find those. So that is the first thing, sort of a very general search. Explore is sort of cool. It has a bunch of different categories. You can explore by art movements, historical events, etc. If you want to make sure that you're finding photographs, if you're not sure you know what a photograph is, I think you know, but you can always go down, if you click the 3 bars and go to mediums. Mediums is what is the artwork made out of. So you can see there's lots of different things here, but photograph is this little like flowery black and white thing. And if you scroll down, we can discover this medium. Holy cannoli, they got a lot more since last trimester. 137,546 items. That's a lot of photographs. Now, like here, this is not a photograph. I'm not really sure why it's tagged as such. Maybe she's holding a photograph or something in here. But you're still going to have to be somewhat discerning. But here we can do some organization. So if you were thinking that you wanted to go to a certain time period, you're really interested in like the 90s, you can always click. Or maybe I want to look about the year I was born. So you can go there. There's Cameron Diaz. Look at that, 1997. Ooh, that's cool. I'm going to favorite that. I don't know what I might use it for, but that's cool. You can also filter by color. So a lot of students have focused on like a color theme. And so this is a great way to filter what the photographs are by color. So there you go. That's by color. Once you find a photograph that you want to use, say I want to use this one, I'm going to use this one for high saturation, let's say. You're going to click for some reason, this like magnifying glass it just really extremely bugs me. So please click on the magnifying glass so that we do not have it anymore. And then you're going to screenshot, Shift Command 4. and you're just going to screenshot that image. If I were you, I would then put that screenshot. I think staying organized is one of my most difficult things to do. So I would, let's see, I have my work folder, SHTB photo, and I'm going to actually make a new folder. I'm going to call this Elements. And I'm going to put my screenshot. We're going to credit our photographer too. So I'm going to highlight this, copy, open my Finder again. I'm going to go to my desktop and find that screenshot. Oh. And there we go. Now I'll put this in my, So I'll put this in my folder. There we go. So now I don't have to worry about going back. Another way of doing that, if you don't want to change the name of the file, that's totally fine. You can just favorite this so that when you're actually putting it up on your website, you can go back and see who the photographer is. But it is essential that you credit photographers and give credit to artists for their work. So that's how we're going to do it. You're going to do that for each of the 7 elements. So here's my color. Maybe I want to find my shape next, whatever. But just remember that you want to make sure that you're clicking on the image, clicking on the magnifying glass so we don't have it in our screenshot. You're going to screenshot the image, and you're going to need to credit your photographer. So make sure that you either change your file name, take a screenshot of that, whatever, or favorite it so that you'll be able to put that information in your website once you are ready to do that.